everyone, my name is Hedgehog and welcome back to the monthly line readings for all 10 plus patrons. Woo! If you too would like to hear a line in any voice you could possibly want, you can become a patron. Link in the description below to my Patreon. There's a lot of extra other benefits as well. You could get a story request once every other month, even an original character in Edie Valley. Plus, it helps pay my friends so that they don't abandon me. Thanks. So, without further ado, here we go. Here are the November line readings. First off, for Xavier Pena, we have my line request for this month will be GLaDOS saying any line you want from Danganronpa. Well, my good sir, I picked my favorite line from Danganronpa. I may have changed a few words to fit with GLaDOS, but here we go. I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to those test subjects? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to actually read that line when I'm playing Danganronpa, but we'll get there eventually. For John Hummel, so I can't think of anything witty or holiday themed for the request. How about I summarize how we got computers? Learn you some knowledge. If it's too long, just let me know, but here's something like your Rose Lalonde voice. Beautiful. This is long as hecky, but I'm still gonna read it. All right. Looking at the increasingly complex layers of extraction of information, we go from quarks to atoms, from atoms to molecules, from molecules to DNA, and from DNA to life, and from DNA to neurons, which are capable of storing information in the form of patterns and instructions and transmitting them in real time, whereas DNA requires a new generation to really change at all. Neurons can change on the fly, and when you arrange them all together in one big clump, you get a brain. A brain that can make sounds come out of mouths, which is capable of transmitting data between different brains, and then written word, which is capable of increasing the storage capacity of brains and possibly outlast them so that the information can be transmitted to many brains simultaneously and across time. From written words and the networking of trillions of neurons, we get electricity, which can transfer information across an infinite distance, including, using photons and electrons, and finally, all these neurons stretched across the ages, connecting to one another through written word and the power of electricity, thousands of years of data storing and transmitting from generation to generation, and boom! We made computers. Thank you very much, John Hummel. Love you. Next for Kaz Caden, he has another original monologue. He's a charismatic young man from the US, though born in Boston, means he bears a bit of a British dialect in his speech. Think Percy from Critical Role if you need a guide. Excellent, I can do that. In this, he's giving a speech to a crowd using his charm to bring them into his cause. Okay, so Noah Chamberlain's monologue. I can see with honesty I was not expecting such a turnout for something like this, but I cannot complain now. Can I? Anyhow, you did not come here to hear me ramble, so I'll get to the point. The human race, as we all know, we are not at the top of the food chain, but with my help, we can be. With our newly unlocked gifts, we will be where we so rightfully deserve. All you need to do is join me. Let me show you your true potential and join me in this. And do what the exiled could not do in 1925, and win. Thank you, I apologize, it wasn't incredibly masculine, but, you know, I try. Thank you so much, that was beautiful. For DavCav, this line reading is from a YouTube series called Starter Squad. The voice best suited is that of a god who's been trying to stop the apocalypse from happening for months, and just found the moron who unknowingly started this mess. I'm gonna use my death voice, because that's about as close as I can get. Do you have any idea of what you've done? Your actions have doomed us all! You're incredibly lucky that I don't have the time. If I did, I would make you suffer. I'd make you feel all the pain and torment you've loaded onto me. Do you enjoy sleeping? I know I used to! Thank you very much, DavCab. That was wonderful. Joxhaz! Here's my line request for this time around. You can choose any voice you want for this one. It's short this time. Oh, I know which voice I need to use. If your dreams aren't scary, then they're not big enough! I can't really do a great Joey Drew, but there you go. Casey and Moore, I have one for you based on your story, The Apocalypse Club. Oh, thank you so much. Imagine the ladies at the reading table when Pestilence puts down a newspaper and decides to crack a not-so-funny joke. Okay, I gotta get my Pestilence voice.
Okay, ladies, stop me if you've... Excuse me. Stop me if you've heard this one. How many 14th century healers does it take to screw in a light bulb? All of them. One to screw it in, one to hold the ladder, the rest to remind them that they still haven't a clue how to stop the Black Death. Oh, excuse me, and I do hope none of you were planning on doing those Sudoku puzzles.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Okay. Ventus Agri, for the line request, any voices you want. Okay, for this one, in honor of Deltarune coming out and saving my channel, I will do Ralsei and Susie for this one. What's that smell? Oh, that would be me. I've been swimming in raw sewage. I love it! I love it! Thank you very much, Ventus Agri. And finally, for Leroy. I don't know if it'd be too long, but here goes. I hate you.
God is dead! God remains dead! And we have killed him! How shall we comfort ourselves? The murderers of all murderers! What was holiest and mightiest of all What was holiest and mightiest of all that the world has not yet owned has bled to death under our knives? Who will wipe this blood off us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? What festivals of atonement? What sacred games shall we have to invent? Is not the greatest of this deed too great for us? Must we ourselves not become gods to appear worthy of it?
Thank you, Leroy. And thank you, everyone, for your wonderful line requests. Once again, you can become a patron by following the link in the description below, and I will see you all next time. Thank you. Have a good day.